All right, I'm on hole number 6 of the Easter 9-hole cup. Hole number 6 is hole number 5 of Southern Pines. I'm going to put together a Southern Pines playlist, so I'm going to use this as part of it. I may mix it in. We're using the, let's add some confusion. We're using the Southern Pines 9-hole cup. We're in the Easter 9-hole cup. Those are the same exact course layouts, but the course layout's different than the actual course Southern Pines. So hole number 6 is hole number 5 in the regular. Now, several different ways to play this hole. You can come out here. The very first time I ever played this hole, I came out into this area right here with a 5-power ball, and I hit this island, and I didn't quite make it over, and I clipped the rough, and I was able to get up. And the next time I came out here, I did the same thing, and I was just a little bit further back, and I wasn't able to make it up, and I decided I didn't like that shot. I've hit it over here several times. There's a tree right here on the end, and the way the pin's set up is you got to get, let me clear that off. There's where that tree's at and the pin is set up. If you draw the line here, you need to be on this side of the line so that you can take that straight in shot to the green. And to get around there with a 5-power ball, it's possible. I've seen it done many times. I've seen people do the shot that I'm going to do here, which is a max overpower shot using this little red tree right here. There's a little red bush right there. You can't miss it. It's bright red, It's bright red against those green trees, using it as your reference point. And you can bring a big ball here and try and get enough run to pull you out. What I find is that when I try and get enough run to pull me out, that I end up somewhere in this block of trees, behind this block of trees here. And I actually have made my shot worse because now I've got to do some weird thing to try and get up on the green. What I'm trying to do is trying to open up this window right here. And so if you draw a line from the flagpole diagonally through it, somewhere in this range right here. So if you're out here in the fairway, everything else is non-existent. If you're out here and you've got any angle that puts you on this trajectory, or you're out in this area, you got a pretty good shot. But if you get too far up, so what I'm trying to do is clip the rough right here and just bleed forward and end up right here so I have a wood shot coming through. What happened to me in my in my auto account was, see this tree right here that's hanging out? It's right here where I marked it. I'll erase that little tree hanging out. I was at such an angle out here that when I came through, if I stretched my Guardian all the way out to max distance so that I could engage the green over here and backspin it on, I clipped the tree. So I had to pull it back towards me until I was underneath of the tree with this first bounce. And that put me out here in a rough bump, and a Guardian only has 3 topspin, so it put me in a really bad spot. So the sniper, I should be able to do either shot, and it'll be a much better choice for me there. Let's go check out the hole. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to do this max overpower hook shot. You can also go straight forward. If you go straight forward, I really believe that you want to bring as big a ball as you have in your bag and a big dog. And you're not bringing the big ball for the first shot. You're bringing the big ball for the second shot. Extra mile and a quasar. Quasar is selected. Sniper's the shot. If I set this up wrong and I clip the rough, and I don't clip the rough, and I hit the fairway, it's going to throw me down there, and I'm going to end up in the rough. So I'm going to end up with a Nirvana shot. It'll be very unlikely that I'll end up on my long iron. And if I do end up on my long iron, it'll be some shot where I have to do curl. There's ways that you can set yourself up for an Albie on this. But for me, this is like, if you can catch this right, you can, in my opinion, you can give yourself the best look at Albie, because you can do a rough bump. And those rough bumps the ball tends to travel true if you hit it perfect. And you get your wind adjustment right. Whereas when you're doing the bounce in shots and you're trying to do that, even if you hit it perfect, you could still end up a little off the cup. The thing about when you're aiming to a point like that is get way down there on that point so you can see like exactly where you're at. My opponent never scrolled in. They stayed way back in their shot. It looks like it's going to be in the fairway, and they're rolling forward, and let's see if they got their trajectory right. This is exactly what I'm talking about, where you can roll into the rough right there. You're in the right spot, so you have a great shot with your Nirvana. but I'm trying to get the shot with my wood. And I want to be about 3/4 of a ring off of the trunk of that tree. I'm going to take the wind out, which is 2.5 rings. Max over power hook. And I almost got all of it. I think I lost just a little on the bounce back. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do right there. Get that kind of bleed forward. And then when it pans up, I should have a nice clear shot. Oh, I'm a little bit to the left. I'm a little bit farther to the left than I like to be. I'd rather be to the right. So like when I moved out, I was aiming right at it and I was missing the rough and I was actually engaging the fairway and I was ending up where my opponent's at. So I moved it over 3/4 of a ring and that's actually pulled me a little too far to the left. Maybe half a ring would be a better spot. And I found that with the Extra Mile 7, the angle was about, I mean, where you set it up was about the same. Maybe just a little teeny bit in, like instead of right there, I was 3/4, maybe end up being like half, 2/3. So if we're moving it in on this shot to make it better, or we're moving it to a half, it'd probably be like maybe 1/4 of a ring off. I think I still have a shot through here though, but this low hanging branch right here was the one that was causing me problems. I am right at my red line. So I'm going to move forward just a little bit so I can work the wind out. It's all the topspin I can muster. It's 2/8. It's 3 rings. And I don't have 3 rings of maneuver here. I'm about 3/4 of a ring short, so I'm going to short shoot it. Ah, hey, great. And that short shooting, it cost me some distance. And I hit it great. Arr! Where's the arr emoji? How come you're not barking there, Buster? Is Mama taking Buster? Yeah. I'll go help you. Okay. I only got 2 more holes to record and then I'll go help you. All right. That was not the Albie I was looking for. I had to look at it, but that wasn't a very, I was way down in there with the rollout on that. I usually have a little bit more. I usually hit that rough a little heavier and don't get as much rollout. I'm going to try this from a different angle. I'm going to work this shot. I'm going to start working this shot from over here. And I want to see what my options are. I'm just messing around. So I'm not sure if I even have a freaking shot from over here. Maybe. We'll see. Sniper 3.5. 3.5. I'm going to put a little bit of curl on it and see if I can move it over back towards the cup. See if I have enough on there to make it fall back down that hill, or if it gets caught up there in the top. I don't think the shot from over there. I don't know. I don't know if you could work that shot. That shot over there seems like it's pretty tough. 0.77. There you go. That's a magic number. I tried the rough bump on this the last time this was in a tournament. Every time I got to this hole in one-on-one, I played a rough bump on it. And in one of my accounts, my auto account, I played a rough bump on it all week long. did figure it out. I can't remember it. But I did figure it out that week. I can go back and watch the video and see what I did. One of my buddies, Hammer and Hank, he's got a shot at this where he brings a sniper. He has very, very little movement on the ball, and it gets in the same trajectory every time, and it gives you right there. I mean, you can get hole in one. I don't look at this hole as a big hole in one hole, so I just go out there and get my birdie. I think there's enough people that fail that as long as you can get a birdie, that puts you ahead. It's not going to win you. You're going to have to pick a shot up on another hole in order to win the tournament, but it doesn't at least eliminates you from epic failing. All right, that was hole number 6 of the Easter 9-hole cup. That's hole number 5 of Southern Pines. Thanks for watching.